morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Yasmin Elad. I'm Head of Business Development at the Retail Innovation Club. Just give me a thumb up that you will know that everyone is hearing me well. All is well, technical side, great. Okay, so just a quick word to share with you about the Retail Innovation Club. Before we get started, the Retail Innovation Club was founded by the retail industry here in Israel in order to connect between retailers and startups. And today is a great example for an amazing collaboration we have with WIX and Make Time for Innovation initiative that enable us to bring to you the most amazing startups that are working here in Israel. Last time, 2 weeks ago, we had a nice opportunity to present together marketing and advertising tech for e-commerce. So if you didn't get an opportunity to join us and missed it out, you're more than welcome. We will share a link here at our chat. So after this meetup, you are more than welcome to explore it again. And I would like to start with, first of all, a great thank you, as I said, to our amazing partners. Joining us, Asaf Rotem, Head of Marketing at WIX Store. Asaf, say hello.
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure being here.
Great, thank you. We also have Natalie Ten and Kfir Levy from Make Time for Innovation. And together, we joined up in order to bring to you a quality 1 hour focusing today on logistics and supply chain. And, the best thing that I can say and start with is I think that November and December was a great opportunity to see how much challenge is behind logistics. I'm sure that many of you joining us today experience it personally, managing the platform, managing last mile delivery, working with different suppliers, trying to make a great SLA, which is a great challenge. So today we will do our best to present 4 startups that are working to create a better experience also for you and also for your customers, handling cross-border delivery, supply chain, last mile delivery, creating platforms, some of them using AI technology in order to give you a solution from A to Z. So before we get started, as I said, we have here Asaf, he is the head of marketing for WIX Store. So we all have a great opportunity to hear from him their experience. As you know, they have many clients working with them. They're experiencing the logistics through their eyes. So lots of insights and important knowledge that Asaf has also about WIX stores. We would love to hear more. So Asaf, the stage is yours.
Thanks. And let me just share my screen. So I'm
Great.
sure we're covering
Everything is working well.
Okay. The main things. So just about WIX in general, we have about 180 million users worldwide, of which more than 5 million are premium users, which means are paying. We just passed the 600,000 active stores benchmarks and from all around the globe. So it's not only like the US, the UK, and Brazil, France, like the bigger markets. We're all across the globe. And we get insights and challenges from all across the globe. And those are different challenges, especially for shipping, by the way. And especially this year, you know how Corona has changed everything from curbside pickup to local delivery, and the focus for merchants has changed. So we obviously had to adapt as well and offer more opportunities for them to thrive or at least survive in this new environment. And definitely this has been a year of adapting. And we do it because the WIX e-commerce solution enables you to launch, manage, and scale your e-commerce business successfully. And again, success comes in e-commerce, especially in sales, but also how you do it, how you provide a good shopping experience in a world that is ever shifting. And this year has shifted really fast. People had to adapt much faster than they used to before, whether moving retail businesses online or coming up with different ways to answer shoppers' changing preferences. And part of that, obviously, is the WIX app market. We have more than 260 third-party apps that allow everything from, you know, you're optimizing your online store conversion rates and full fulfillment centers, including third-party logistics and apps that allow big commerce businesses to manage and scale their business. So that's about this. That's about that for you know, the WIX stores e-commerce platform. We have seen, definitely all of us have felt it, you know, this year started in a very specific way and ended on a very different note. It seems that it takes forever. It took forever. And I think people also are now with the vaccination are sort of in the mindset that maybe normal will come back. For those of us who can still remember that, I don't think for e-commerce things are going back the way they were. People who have, you know, who now buy their groceries online aren't going to go back to the supermarket and stand for 40 minutes, waste their time on that. Many of those things have changed. Definitely, shipping remains a huge challenge. I think it's very hard. The shopping experience doesn't end until you unbox the things at home. There's a lot of challenges there. The last mile, the first mile, like putting it on those logistics centers. Those are the things that we are going to talk about today. And I think they remain critical, especially in loyalty, as you want to have repeat shoppers. The better the shopping experience, the better the delivery experience, the more repeat shoppers you're going to have.
No doubt about it. A huge challenge. So should we get started? Asaf, I would like to thank you so much for this quick overview about WIX. No doubt you have an amazing operation going on there. I would like to invite now Kfir Shapiro. He's our first startup. Kfir Shapiro, co-founder and CEO of DSM Tool. Kfir, raise your hand. Are you here with us?
Hey, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you now. Would you like to share your screen?
Yeah. Actually, in a minute. I'm going to start sharing my screen in a minute. I want to give
Okay, great. So please just let me introduce you. Kfir, as I said, is the co-founder and CEO of DSM. DSM drop management platforms enable you to connect with drop shipping suppliers. So Kfir, please take it from here.
Okay, thank you. So I just want to start by saying that in the beginning, I wasn't sure. I was telling that Yasmin and Oren as well from Innovation Club, what could I possibly bring to the table in such conversation? When we are at all a B2C company, actually, we're a SaaS platform that is B2C, but I thought that it would be interesting to maybe show you guys what people are doing when they are very, very small sellers and a technique that is being used in the world of e-commerce and how people start selling online without needing to deal at all with logistics. And I'm going to surprise you even further with showing you how they don't even need to deal with generating traffic with paid ads, which since WIX is hosting us, then on WIX, if you build a website or a store, you have to generate your own traffic, which will be interesting for me to open this later on with whoever wants to talk about it, to a discussion about how could it be maybe, I don't know, enhanced in other areas or other business models. But let me show you. I want to show you this product on eBay. Okay, eBay, you know, the marketplace eBay, and this product is being sold on eBay for $20.99. It has been sold 71 times, out of which, if I'll click on it, I will see a table of the exact sales history, and I could see exactly when it was sold, but I can tell you it was sold, I think, 6 or 7 times in the past month or the past week. I can't remember the exact data. And as you can see, the item location of that product is Hong Kong in China. Now, what our customers are doing is they are constantly looking for products such as this one, and specifically on eBay. It doesn't have to be on eBay, it can be on any marketplace. And what they do then is they look to source this exact same product on another website for a cheaper price. So you can see here on AliExpress, which fits the item location in China, the exact same product being sold for $8.41 with free shipping that is a relatively fast shipping that has tracking number, which is very important these days, meaning that it's not shipped by sea, it is shipped by air. And if I would want to sell this exact product on eBay, then I could potentially source it from AliExpress, because I know that it has high demand on eBay, right? It's been sold lately, it has sales record. I mean, I wouldn't say high demand, but I can definitely say that there's somewhat demand. We can do further research to see if there is demand, but there is somewhat of demand here that I can already see. I can find it for cheaper on another website. So potentially there is an arbitrage between those two marketplaces. And what our company does is allowing people, that's why B2C, like let's call them online entrepreneurs, to find and take advantage of online arbitrage opportunities. If I would calculate, here's a calculation of the arbitrage that we just created. So the price on eBay was $20.99. You can see it right here. The cost of the product was $8.41. It had free shipping. Therefore, I have 44% profit margin, or $9.24 per sale. If, like, not me, like this guy that is selling it on eBay, assuming that he's also sourcing it from AliExpress, he might not, but assuming that he's sourcing it from AliExpress, he has $9.24 profit per product. Multiply it by the 71 sales that he made in the past, who cares how many months? Like, it matters how many months, obviously, but since he's selling it on eBay, then probably he didn't have to invest anything in advertising. He gets the traffic organically from eBay. He's generating sales. He's making $9.24 profit per sale after paying fees, right? There are $3.34 fees for eBay, for PayPal, because that's a payment processor. And then you get a business model that might not fit to B2B businesses, but is definitely feasible. There are also businesses that does it, but it's definitely feasible for B2C, for a lot of people that are looking into doing doing dropshipping. Doing online arbitrage and dropship between websites. And what our company does is, we are a software company, right? We're a SaaS that allows you to manage this entire process. The whole process of online arbitrage is managed through our software. So this is how the software looks like, very typical SaaS. And what I can do with the product on AliExpress is I can click on one button that says, list for me that product on eBay. And the product would be, the link of the product would be copied and inserted into our platform. And if I would click import, what our platform will do is it will go to AliExpress and it will extract all of the product information, from the description to the images to everything that is required in order to list that product on eBay. And it will prepare it, you see, for listing from AliExpress to eBay, with the ability to optimize optimize the listing on eBay to gain as much organic traffic as possible. We're also providing training. So here is a guide on eBay SEO, a guide that we released like I'm not going to go over the entire guide, right? But like we do teach how to do that, our customers, because we're B2C, we provide all of the training and of everything that you need to go through. And then when you publish that product, what happens is that the product moves into scheduled monitoring of the price and the stock level of that product. You might be familiar with the term repricing on the marketplace side. If you are training on marketplaces, this is not repricing on the marketplace side. This is just checking that if the price changes or the item goes out of stock on the website that you're sourcing from, then it would sync that to your store, in this case on eBay. And then we take it even to the next level. And if you get a sale, let's say that you sold, let's say this is the product that you sell and you made the sale, then you will be able to manage the ordering process and everything that has to do with providing the product to your customer, down to the level of features that, right now it's clicked, let me unclick it, right to the level that not only that you can mark what has been ordered and what not, but we also have a complete automated solution that orders it automatically for you, so you won't have to do it yourself, or like a semi-manual, semi-automated feature, which at least copies the buyer's details, like the address and everything, opens the page on AliExpress. And if I would continue with the purchase, it will require me now to log in and all that. So I'll save the time for that. It would show me a paste the address button when I need to paste the buyer's address. So I can click in one click and can basically process the order fairly quickly. So that's what our platform does. That is what the business model is. We try to automate as many processes as possible from that, within that business model of online arbitrage. We try to provide dashboards that would for account optimization and to increase the performance of the stores. And we even handle things like customer support. So you get your messages from eBay, your messages from customers, et cetera, et cetera. And that's only for eBay at the moment, but we are already close to be launching a similar solution for Shopify, and we hope to expand to other marketplaces, maybe WIX one day. And one last thing that we're also doing, and that's I think the last thing before I will open this for Q&A, is that, as I said, we are a B2C company. So one of the most important things that we're building around this entire thing is a community of people that are online entrepreneurs who are interested in basically building their business online. In that case, it's an online arbitrage business on eBay, but it could be anything else. So we manage a big Facebook community. We currently have, I think, 21,000 people. As you can see here, 22,000 people in the Facebook community soon. We have a YouTube channel that we're operating. We go live on a weekly basis. We're now releasing a course that is teaching how to drop ship on eBay. And basically, we are very much aiming to the broad audience of people who are interested to become online entrepreneurs. So that's us. That's what we do. I wanted to give you guys a short demonstration. Now, I do want to mention one more thing. Maybe other companies would give more insights about that. We exist since 4 years, and we are self-funded. So we're a bootstrap company. We're not really actively raising capital. This is why you don't see a lot of presentation about the market size and all of that. I'm just showing you clear out the solution. It's in production. It's running. Everything is already up and working. But we are always looking for new opportunities to, especially hoping to one day find how our technologies could also be leveraged to any B2B activity. How can we serve businesses? So if that would come up from this meeting, I would love that. And if not, then I would love to answer any question that might rise.
Okay, thank you, Kfir. If anyone has questions, you can place them on our chat. But for the moment, I see there are no questions. I would like to say thank you. I think it is very relevant to a lot of the people that are here because we also have small, medium businesses. And hopefully we will see you also on WIX one day. Kfir, you're more than welcome to place your information at our chat. Oren, would you like to ask anything?
Yes, sure. Very interesting, and I'm sure that many small sites are having problems or need another way to optimize the ways and the channels. And I would like, if you may elaborate a little bit about how you're doing it, how you're able to create drop shipping management for so many sites, for so many sellers. How did this happen?
Okay, so let me also give a couple of insights about the business. We are at the moment a team of 13 people from all around the world. We have about 6,000 active users on the website every month, and about 2,000 of them are paying customers. We work in a freemium model. We are in around 60K MRR. And about how it works, in terms of technology, I'm trying to the process starts by the customer has to look for the opportunities of arbitrage, and once they post that product, this is basically what we do. We think about it same as we use scrapers to do that. So same as other websites other services are collecting data. We collect the data on an hourly basis tons and tons of data. Collecting data is our main activity. This is one thing. And the second thing, and that we're trying to do, and we're refactoring right as we speak, is all of the process of think about the orders automation. So what we're doing is we're creating, think that you would have people in your business that would have to go to take the orders every day and then go to that other website, let's say AliExpress, and order it. So we're just building robots that would do it instead of you. You would a remote computer that software sits on it, and every time that it gets an order, just goes to AliExpress, puts the details. It's a technical work. So we're just automating exactly those kind of activities. Everything that doesn't really requires people to do, we try to automate.
Great, got it. And I'm sure that it would be relevant for many other sites. So we have your details, and let's move on.
Thank you.
I just want to say one thing. If there are e-commerce sellers in here and you are processing orders from other websites and you would wanted them to be automated, this is definitely relevant to talk to me. I'll leave my details in the chat.
In the chat, great. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Fear. And we're moving on. Hi, Hagar. Hagar Valino is with us, co-founder and CEO of Ledingo. Ledingo is handling the heavy challenge of shipping. As you know, today large items are expensive for air delivery and therefore not usually shipped internationally. So Ledingo platform offers cost and time-effective way to ship heavy or large items. Hagar, I would love if you can take it from here.
Thank you, Yasmin. So I'm going to share also a very short presentation. It's going to be really quick. Do you see it?
Yes, we do. Thanks.
All right. So we initially we started with only the large boxes. You know, when you can buy from an online shop overseas, you can buy everything basically as long as it's small. But when you want to buy something that is a bit bigger, like a piece of furniture, or you want to buy whatever, like a mattress to your new bed. So this is where it gets complicated. And this is a real personal itch for me because I'm an online shopper after all. I want to be able to buy everything from everywhere. And this is what brought us to start Ledingo. And we evolved since then. The company was incorporated in 2018. So we've made a way. So we do democratize oversized global shipping, but not only for B2C large items. When we look at B2C e-commerce logistics, and when we look at the B2B e-commerce logistics, we look at Xbox X comparing to Atari, really. All the ocean freight, all the large boxes, the containers, the pallets that you want to ship from one place to another. This is such a big hassle. You would have to deal with a very old-fashioned industry. It will take you days to get a quote. You would have to know you're weighing taxes and duties, which are sometimes different when handled through air and when handled through sea. And you would have to coordinate between multiple parties. You know, sometimes you have a different forwarder in each side. Sometimes you would have a different customs broker. And this is really something that you would really pray that the rate that you got at the beginning will end at that. And mostly this is not the case. So we developed a cloud software where you can actually ship, I mean, each one of you right now can ship a pallet or a container or just large boxes just as easy as you would ship an iPhone protective case. This is like the best example. You would just buy it and wait for it at your warehouse or at your home. Where it becomes handy, for example, importers in the US or exporters in China, many times the sellers on those marketplaces are sourcing from other places, mainly China. And you would have to import from China to the US to an FBA or something like that. And even if you're, when you're a small or medium sized business, you would have to if you don't have the knowledge in logistics, or you don't have the team or the resources, we are the perfect platform for you to do these shipments. So each one of you can basically use it in the ship container or a pallet right now. So we do it through the software. We've been able to cut rates in 50% when comparing to other alternatives like ocean freight forwarders or the super forwarders like FedEx, DHL, or whatever. We are logistics software for non-pros. I mean, you don't have to have any background in logistics. And a special thing about us, and this is something that not many competitors are offering, is that there are no hidden costs. I mean, when we present the shipping rate, we also present the applied taxes and duties in the destination country. Imagine that when you import something and when you export something, so you would not get surprise costs upon entrance. So this is something that we know to present in advance. So the reason why we've been able to reduce rates significantly is the optimization that we do for consolidation. So ocean freight is doing consolidation today, consolidation of containers, several customers, but it's been a hassle, a lot of documentation, it's being handled in very old ways, but we are using our technology to make it quickly, really hassle-free, no extra resources are needed. So for us to handle 5 customers on one container or 2,000 customers on container, it doesn't make, there's no difference for us when you're using the technology. So this is why the buyer will pay for their actual portion in the container and not just sharing a container. So this is like an Uber pool for containers. We also optimize the routes. Let's say you would like to ship a container from Shenzhen to Dallas. Should you go through the port of Houston in the US, or should you go from Long Beach and then take the train? It's not always straightforward, right? It's not always the shortest route. So we offer the best route, recommend the port of entry, and it's all based on ETA and rate, whatever you're sensitive for. And the last thing that I was talking about before is this is the final rate, including the taxes and duties. So we have a way to predict the duties in ocean freight. This is something that is happening today when you buy on Amazon and when you buy sometimes in other places, you get an estimation, but not through sea. So when the details are entered by the users, so we have, you can see like the categories here are a bit more specified. So it's not just furniture that you're shipping them for, those furniture are meant for living room or bedroom, made of wood or metal. This will all affect the final applied taxes. And this is how we know to present you the actual final rate, including everything door to door. This is what we've been doing. We just recently launched the SaaS that is meant more for B2B shipments, containers, pallets, large boxes. This can be used also, of course, by personal importers such as yourself if you want to import something from China to Israel, for example. So this is something that we do. We've just recently announced a collaboration with Alibaba and Zim. Yes, so we're going to power all the shipments that are partial containers from China to Israel and from China to US, something that is going to take place really soon. This is, of course, all in like a part of the plan of becoming fully integrated in those marketplaces. So if you want to import something, you just write 20,000 units of that and you get the final price and you book it. Just like a regular experience of B2C. You know, all the B2B buyers are now millennials. They don't like to fax. They don't like to wait. They want exactly the online experience. Like it should be really similar to the B2C experience. And that's it. I'm happy to take questions if you have any.
Great. First of all, congrats for this amazing partnership you just shared about. Maybe you can share a little bit more about the business model in this case.
Yeah, so the business model is, right now it's not a SaaS. It is going to be a SaaS in the future, but it's transactional mainly. So we make our chunk when every time a shipment booking is happening.
Okay, so we actually pay for per success for the moment. Okay, you can see that way. Okay, any question? Let me see just in our chat.
One question here.
Yeah.
Hagar, if you can, we know that there are many verticals. Furniture is one thing, appliances. Which kind of verticals you see that are more relevant for your business, and which markets do you see that are more accepting and more, in a need for this kind of solution?
So it's different between B2C and B2B. When we see B2B, the commodities vary. It could be batteries, it could be furniture, it could be anything, basically. It could be even cosmetics. This is things that we've been doing to the US. To Israel, we currently handle personal imports, and the commodities that we see is mainly furniture, also some gym equipments. This is actually fits perfectly to the COVID-19 situation.
Yeah. Surprising.
And, yeah, and what was your second question, Oren?
I mean, which kind of markets do you see that they are more in a need for this kind of solution, and which one, are already there and might don't need? I mean, this.
So again, it's different between B2C and B2B. So China, US, this is by far the largest trade line that we're interested in, but of course we're open for more. China is a big manufacturing point for all over the world. So from there outbound to any country, this is something that is of interest. But in terms of B2C, it's basically every country. China, Israel, this is something that we like to do. And we just started, and we see that this market is also getting some momentum.
Agar, what changes have you experienced over the past few months? I mean, since the pandemic began?
A big change that we see is actually the COVID got the market into a shock. I mean, China stopped working for 2-3 months last year. So people, some kind of didn't order as they used to order. And so it changed the pace a little bit. But now we see that the market is catching up. Actually, there is a very high demand for container shipping or LCLs around the world, specifically that are going out from China. And this is causing a major increase in container rates. And this affects every aspect of every shipping. So you would see that the shippings right now, that there is a really high demand for shipments going out from China. So the rates are high up in the sky because we believe this is because the market is catching up. There is like a bottleneck that was created, but probably going to be back to normal in a few months.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much, Agar. Now we're moving on to Daniel, which Daniel Cohen, the CEO of Excelot. Agar and Daniel are also collaborating. So Daniel will share with us some insight about that, because I think it's really nice to see startups that are collaborating together in order to create the best solution for their clients. Excelot is focusing on the e-commerce cross-border logistics chain, making it smooth and affordable. So Daniel, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Yasmin.
Daniel, we can't hear you.
I think he has an internet.
Yeah, an internet problem, Daniel.
Let's give him a minute.
Thank you, Oren, for the invitation. Okay, can you hear me well?
Not so well.
How is it now, Yasmin?
Okay, working. Try to share your screen. We'll see if it's working.
Yeah, but okay, so I'll share my screen, but can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you well now. Thank you.
Very good. So I said good morning, everyone, and thank you, Yasmin and Oren, for the invitation and also for the ongoing cooperation as well. It is great talking after Hagar, first of all, because she saved some time for me for the explanations regarding the challenges with logistics. And second, of course, after our first pilot, and as I heard, it's about within few days, we're going to have the second one together with Ladingo and Tzim that they are serving. So we wish for a success here also. And as someone who has been for about 4 years, VP Business Development and Strategy for the Israel Post, I'm quite sure that the market will go also for the large products by ocean freight, sea freight. We do it for more than 2 years through Cyprus by the combination of ocean freight and air transportation or terrestrial, but I'm sure that it will go there. For sure, it will be part of the market. I will divide my presentation into like 4 parts. First of all, to give you a brief info about the e-commerce market generally. Maybe some of you know, maybe others.
Daniel, we're losing you.
Second, did touch them. Brief. Maybe I move. I'm sorry, but maybe I make a move, a short move here. Be with me, please.
Okay, so we'll wait for a moment. No problem.
I'm sorry for that. I hope that now it will be a bit. Yasmin, is this okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'll share the presentation.
Okay, we can see the screen
now. Can you see the slides?
Yeah, we do.
Very good. So very quickly, it's clear that the e-commerce is booming, and you can see the numbers from 2014. I met this market in 2012, and we are going to numbers of more than $3 trillion US dollars in terms of the product value. While we see also the change of the portion that the e-commerce takes from the total retail e-commerce, you see the huge numbers and the growing percentages. Of course, it makes other problems to other industries for sure, but we will not touch them in this presentation. We don't have the time for that. And if we are looking at Alibaba, that both our company and also Hagar are serving, you see the jumps from 2018, only 1 day, singles day here, from 30 to 38, and the number this year already surprised even Alibaba itself with the 56 billion in 1 day. And have a look in 1 second, more than 500,000 orders. This is like dramatic, but this is not only Ali. At the second line, if you have a look at JD and the others like Wish and other Chinese marketplaces, you see that they have sold around 41 to 43 billion US dollars. So the Chinese market for in 1 day have sold around 100 billion US dollars. This is quite amazing. And you see later also the cross-border, so what is sold also outside. So the growth was really amazing. It's clear that this is also because of the COVID, as Oren asked before about it. Now, another trend which is also clear is the mobile use, and all the millennials and others, and even my wife, who is not millennial, is using its mobile now, while 3 years ago, she didn't order anything over the internet. And now almost everything is over the internet, including clothing and food and others. So generally, also the cross-border is growing. So you are going to sell not only in Israel or mainly not in Israel, you will try to export generally to other destinations, and maybe your products will come from China or India or maybe Indonesia or Bangladesh, doesn't matter. Not all of them will come from Israel. And And the cross-border market is growing with the growth of the e-commerce generally. And you see from 2015, it was 45% only of the users who did also cross-border purchasing. And now this is 77, and it will grow more and more. Regarding the challenges, so we find in the postal services, long time delivery, most of you know, while with the Express, the rates are very high. They give a very good service, quite quickly, reliably, but expensive one. And as Agar said before, there are many, many like hidden costs. And sometimes you find yourselves paying 200 shekels that you didn't even know about them. And also as a seller, you have a poor visibility regarding the last mile in the destination. So if you are going to be, for example, on WIX platform, and you want to export to Poland or to Ukraine or to other countries, what do you know about the customs clearing issues or about the delivery in these countries? Is it going to be home delivery, pickup points, automatic lockers? Who are the vendors? These are the challenges that we are solving. Generally, you can see here some just very quickly rates of the express rates of UPS, TNT. You can have a look also at DHL or FedEx. Very, very high, many times higher than the product itself. So if you sell a product of 50, 60, 70 US dollars, who will pay $50 or $40, including all the other expenses, to have this shipment? We have to find a mid standard, which makes it quite fastly, reliably, of course, and affordably. So it should be cheap enough to make it, and it can be done either by thin platform or by the combination, as Agar said before, of the ocean freight and the terrestrial. I want to touch some challenges that I really think that are important for you as sellers over platforms to understand about the end users. We are not a B2C company, we are a B2B2C company, but the needs of the end user are really important. So you see that the delivery is really an issue. And there are many, many complaints about the delivery time, mainly because this was held by the postal sector. And then the delivery speed, 41% of the delivery speed now is more than 10 days. This is a consideration that should be taken. Then the tracking is highly important, and we know that with postal services, about 50%, sometimes less, sometimes more, are not tracked. The end users, the buyers, they are really considering the tracking as a very important one. They want to be in control. I see our customer service almost daily. They want to know it by hours sometimes. This is crazy. And they prefer, of course, free shipping. That means that you should include the logistic costs. There's no logistics for zero money. And we are all looking how it happens that it goes with the post with no money. But either the governments are paying for that, subsidizing, or the large retailers, they are paying the post. But in any case, that there are logistics costs that should be taken in advance, of course, considering the transit time, the SLA, the quality. It can go by 30 days ocean freight, and then you pay much less. It can go very quickly by 4 days or 5 days air freight, and you will pay more. This is the war. These are the costs. Now, as sellers, as online retailers, it's really like juggling between many, many challenges of selling the products, having the products, sourcing the products, and then you need to deal with the logistics. So what companies like Excelot, like Dingo are telling you, no hassle logistics. You do the sell and we do the rest end to end from any warehouse in China, in India, in the USA or in the UK, doesn't matter. We will do the rest for you. X works until the delivery and the tracking. So we would like to speed up the transit time between the countries to make the logistics chain very, very smooth, to offer you multiple choices. This can be sea freight, land transportation, ocean freight. It can be home delivery, which costs more almost everywhere. It can be pickup point or automatic locker, and then you pay less. And no hassle logistics with very good visibility for you as sellers to do so at affordable rates. So generally about Excelot, I'll make it quickly. We connect the retailers to the cross-border markets, and we deal only with cross-border. We don't do locally, although we have requests to do so, we don't do it in terms of focus of a small company. And as I said before, we make it quickly, reliably, and affordably, and therefore we assist the sellers to grow their sales. And I can tell you that for some of them, really more than even 5 times, 10 times, and even more. And some of you know about the retailers that we serve, and some of them have grown with more of that. Generally, about Excelot, we have founded the company in May 2016. Revenues last year, 19, was 6 million. This year will be 7 times more, so 42 or maybe more even. So there's a quite nicely revenue growth. And now we are already profitable. And we have 5 global offices from China to the USA and the UK, Cyprus and Israel. 45 ecosystem partners, as Zagar mentioned before, from all the chain, from the pickup, for the warehousing in the sources, customs brokers, and of course, last mile delivery companies. This is a multi-vendor platform which sort the parcels and the packages between them. And we serve now about 50 e-retailers and integrators altogether, because we have Alibaba and other integrators that are consolidating many shops and provide them to us. We do it from China, from the UK, from Turkey and Cyprus, and I hope that since June, it will be also from the USA. One example how we are embedded at the shopping cart, and the first option as a white label, this is Excelot as priority line to Israel. The other one, which is Expedite, is the DHL one, a little bit as clear presented before by Ali. And here you see that our rate is 7 times less than DHL. And in this funny case, it's even faster. There are many cases that they are faster and we are a bit slower, like 10 days, 12 days, 14 days maximum, but the rate is much cheaper. Another case, we are the default for some products. And in these cases, it shows also Excelot by Israel Express, for example, as a branding or name. And in another, this is the Alibaba case from Cyprus, where the seller can offer our services from Cyprus. In this case, the products are still in a bonded warehouse without any duties, without any VAT outside Israel, because it's legal there. And then we do it very shortly from there to Israel. Generally, this is a lot about optimization between routing the packages and the batches, between the customs clearing brokers and between the last mile vendors, and also by the airline. And maybe regarding Oren question before, also with many different airlines in order to stand the deliveries and the shipping during the COVID time. You see here a great example how we do it end to end from above, or maybe from the blue line, the digital information received in August 30, and then the delivery in Tel Aviv was September 4th, 5 days only. And if you check, you'll see that there was also a weekend between them. So this is very, very quickly to do it between cross borders. This was like a dream in the past for Jack Ma, for Alibaba, or maybe Jeff Bezos for Amazon to do cross border between 4 to 5 days. The average was around 7 days. And I have to admit that now with the COVID time, many last mile providers cannot stand the quantities, the volume, and it takes more time in Israel, but I'm sure that in January, it will return to this situation. We provide also the VAT.
Daniel,
yes, please.
Let me stop you for a second, because first of all, it looks amazing, and you really made a huge progress, and I mean, you're just in the right place and the right time, but I must ask, I mean, you're an early stage startup, so-called, and from Israel, and this shipping and freight industry is so fragmented, is so complex. How come, I mean, what is your competitive edge and your know-how? How come such a small company is able to make such huge optimization in such a fragmented market? Can you explain a little bit about it?
Yes, it's a lot about the expertise and the concept. For the expertise, it's not only myself, beside myself with the knowledge from the post and from past high-tech companies in Israel, we have the CTO, Isaac, who is coming from the Israeli Mamram Ma'ana, which was the development of the logistics, software logistics for the Israeli army. So this is the technological arm with his staff and team under himself. And we have also Eli from Alibaba, who was the Israeli manager, and Hagar knows him very well. And he was managing Israel with knowing the challenges and the needs of the sellers. So the combination between sellers and the service at the last mile is doing so. And then with the knowledge that we have developed for the airlines and for the customs brokerage. So we have other stuff also for these aims. So this is number one. And second is the concept. When you are coming with the right concept, which is between the post and a better service, much more reliably with full tracking end-to-end, as you see here in this slide, and between the rates, the very high rates of the express, you can do a great success. And then now we are going to take it outside Israel as well. And we feel the demand from year to year. We feel the demand itself from the shops. They are coming to us now. So this is maybe the combination. This is maybe the secret or the answer.
So what are the new markets that you are focusing on now that you're thinking about expanding out of Israel?
We will sure serve lines from the UK to other destinations, including the Emirates. We will for sure serve the Northeast Europe, okay, where we have an advantage with teams on the ground already there. And since July, also the USA, maybe it will become earlier. So if there are in the audience companies who are working and planning to do over WIX or maybe other platforms, e-commerce to the USA, I believe that we will be able to serve them very nicely, maybe even before that. So they are most invited to be in touch through Retail Innovation Club or through us directly or WIX, doesn't matter. So we also take care for the VAT charging, and VAT is an issue. You know, the Brexit now and the separation of UK and Europe. So we do it over the application and we charge the VAT automatically and provide you as sellers a full control of all the amounts that were collected and what is released already from customs. You have dashboards and you have the reports. Doesn't matter whether this is online or in the end of the month when we bill the seller.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Daniel. That was great to hear. You're doing so well. So continue with that. Thank you for joining us. We will move now forward as for our last but not least session with Nitzan Yanovsky, co-founder, VP of Business Development at CBIZ. CBIZ is addressing, and he will speak about the last mile challenges. They use an AI and they connect e-commerce companies to hundreds of logistics services. So Nitzan, the stage is yours, and we'll give you there at the time, as we promised.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nitzan Yanovsky. I'm the co-founder and the VP BizDev of CBIZ. CBIZ was founded in 2017. It's a technology startup that offers innovative e-commerce SaaS platform to manage the last mile delivery service. We started, and I'll try to skip a few slides and go directly to our pitch. We started with the large companies in Israel, and we are already working with Superfarm, Terminal X, eGold. Each one of them is a vertical that we are working with. eGold is give services to small, medium customers. Superfarm, everybody knows, and I think also Terminal X. And what we do, we build kind of a network by connecting. I'll put a slide that I think that will give you the picture of what we are doing. So we are building a network. We are connecting through the network, and you can see downstream to 3PLs, carrier, consumer, all kind of services, because today the challenge is very complicated. The retailer have to give a great service to his customer, and it could be same day, next day, 2 days, on demand, express, the size of the package, whether it needs to be chilled or not. All of these give a very challenging environment to the customer. So we started with the large customer and built kind of a network. And each node contribute to the network growth, its value. On one hand, our customer, and it could be a small business or large one, connect to our platform with one integration, and then when he connect to us, he connect to all the network that we are connected. In one day, he can give all the services, and he can manage it in a very automatic way. The way that we are doing it, and I'll go back what we are giving, and then I can give you kind of explanation. We are talking about full process automation. What does it mean? It means that from the minute that the retailer got the order till the minute that the customer got his order, all the process is fully automatic. We have a decision support system that looks at the price or other things that the retailer is important that the customer will enjoy from. The service, what kind of companies he wants to work with, maybe the cheaper one, maybe the one that his customer are most happy with. And all this process, the customer got a dashboard and he can give, and you see it right now. And if it's this dashboard, you can see all the SLA on the left. You can see down where is his package. If the customer is calling him and said, where is my package right now? He can put the number and see where is the package, what driver. He can call the driver and say, where are you going? Where are you going to be there? And he can do any kind of change or any kind of information that he need. Also, if there is a red flag, something is going wrong, you can see it in the dashboard. I'll go back to the main slide. Now, if you look at the main slide, you see, let's look at the 3PLs and the delivery companies. There are many delivery companies, all of us know them and working with them. Some of them are better in the same day. Some of them are better to work with the big guys. Some of them are very good in Haifa, and some of them are very good in Tel Aviv. And there are many reasons to choose that one or that one. And another alternative that we are giving, you see it on the slide, you see a black wire that you can read a dedicated arm. What is a dedicated arm? Dedicated arm is when you have, let's say, your store or where you pack your orders is in one place, and you want to take care of the orders around your store. So you can use 2 car, 3 car, 1 car, and what we do when you got the order, we can locate it either to one of the companies or to put it in your dedicated fleet, and then you can use it to simple or to special delivery needs. And it was very amazing to see it working in the COVID-19. You'll see what happens. Just a moment, I'm looking for the right slide. Oh. So what happened in COVID-19, and you'll see the graph below, the COVID-19 led to dramatic increase in delivery volumes. And the delivery companies were under, I'm trying to be delicate, I don't know how to say it, but they didn't function well. At the least, they didn't function well. So the need for the dedicated fleet was ramped up dramatically, and you can see it on the graph below, you see the first lockdown and second lockdown. The black, you see what they have their dedicated fleet. What happens in the first lockdown? All the delivery companies didn't function well. So they took employee when the customer, family, or people from the street, give them the phone, put them and give them our system through their phone, and they joined the dedicated fleet. So suddenly, from operating, let's say 10 vehicles, our customers in one day ramp up to 83 in 1 month, to 83 average daily use of dedicated fleet, of cars in the dedicated fleet. So this shows one of our flexibility, the ability to move. If there is a problem in one area, we can manage it and give it to another suppliers.
Nitzan,
okay.
I would like you to explain a little bit how this process happens. I mean, let's say I have a website on WIX. Okay, I'm a small seller, but I might sending to all over Israel, and I would like to use your platform. How this process happens? What should I do for my side? How long does it happen? Can you explain a little bit about that?
If it's WIX, we have to do, and we didn't do it yet, but we are going to. And we'll talk later, but we are doing integration with WIX, and every customer will be connected to CBIS. Basically, we did it with Isracart marketplace, and we did it with other. Then the customer could join from working with the marketplace, and on parallel, they can activate their activity and work with us.
How long does it take, this kind of implementation?
1 week. Mm-hmm. 1 week. It's very simple. It's very easy.
So you're already connected with all the suppliers, all the freight companies?
Israel, basically, we're connected to 80% of the delivery. CBIS today, under their network, we have already 80% of the connection to the delivery force in Israel.
All right.
All the companies, all the startups, everyone that wants to give a service, and there is a need, and it gives some added value to our customers, is welcome to join our network.
Nitzan, what other markets are you operational at?
We are startups, so right now we are in Israel. It was a beta site because it's a very complicated platform, and everything is in real time, and and we wanted you cannot give the customer half work, and Israel is very easy to work with in the beta site. So right now we are moving to Europe. We are talking with customers in Italy and in London today. We look at Israel as every country is kind of a last mile. Israel is a last mile. We look at Israel as a 9 million people city, large city. And same day, everybody enjoy working with our customers. I believe in Terminal X and with Superfarm and Goldbone, and see how easy it become to make an order and get it to the right place. We have a few things that helps our customers. For example, the issue of addresses. Addresses is very dramatic, have a very dramatic impact on the cost of delivery, and make a lot of inconvenience to our customers and also to the end customers. So we built a kind of tool that check and verify. And for example, when we were working for Strauss, we succeeded to lower the the mistakes from, let's say, if there are 50,000 people that we were working with, only a few hundreds were addresses that Strauss needs to call the customer and verify it again. And we are talking about 50,000 a day.
Mm-hmm. Nice, thank you, Nitan. So your offer today is also relevant because you mentioned one of the biggest retailers here in Israel, but I assume that your solution also is relevant for small, medium e-commerce businesses, right?
Sure. Right now, when we already built our network, right now we start to add small, medium businesses, and the first step was connecting to Isracart. The second will be connecting to other marketplaces that gives services or to small.
And it's a SaaS model at the moment, or you have a different model for small, medium businesses?
We're taking per package some. It depends on the added value, if he wants to take a dedicated fleet or not. Basically, it's
per package. Okay.
3 to 4% of the cost of every.
Okay. Great, Nitan, thank you very much. I wish you a lot of luck in entering new markets. We'll be here to catch up with that. We're finishing now, so I would just, we're going to put in our chat the link for the next session, and we will be happy to see you all joining us next time. We will be talking about AI and visual search solution for e-commerce. So I guess it will be very relevant for a lot of people here. I would like to thank again to our great partners. Thank you, Asaf. Thank you to Ariel Machati, who helped with organizing this day, Natalie Ten and Kfir Levy. It was great seeing you all. Thank you for the wonderful start that we presented today. And if anyone needs any more information, you can find us also on LinkedIn, Digital Innovation Club, and you are more than welcome to connect. Thank you and have a great day, everybody. Bye.
Thank you, Yasmin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
ביי אורן.
תודה רבה.